I don't know how to make loose leaf tea. In the past, there's a handful of companies that have offered to send us their loose leaf tea products, and I've always refused because, well, primarily I know nothing about tea and I'm not really into tea, but also I just don't know how to make it. That's where TeaPro comes in. They're a monthly subscription box service who wants to open your world of tea, because there's so many different types of tea in the world that most Westerners don't have a clue exists. In your first box you get a special vessel which easily lets you brew the tea. This was the thing that swayed it for me in actually agreeing that they would send us these products, because we didn't pay for these, just to be explicitly clear. Anyway, the May box is magic, and I'm really excited to try these because there's some really special stuff here. Hello everyone, welcome to Food Review UK, my name's MJ. So yes, in this video we have been sent some products by TeaPro, lovely little company, and we have, well, I've got some tea brewing right now. So I'm going to mix in footage of me brewing the tea here, and also they've got some incredible footage, so I'm going to use that as well. So the first tea that I'm trying is the flowering tea. So whilst that brews, let me show you what you get in the first subscription box. By the way, use code FRUCK10 to get 10% off your first box. This is awesome. I mean, this is just going to help with my food reviewing in general. So this is a chart to help you improve your vocabulary, and also some tasting sort of like a help guide. So it talks to you about how drinks, because this applies to cocktails as well, I believe. It talks about the head, which is the first impressions and the aroma, the body, which is the texture and the flavour, and then the tail, which is the aftertaste. So that's really interesting. And it talks about breathing and different techniques, which is really cool. But then this wheel is what's really interesting. You've got on the inner circle all of your primary like flavour notes, like floral, vegetal, earthy, fruity, sweet, and then on the outside you've got sort of ways to narrow that down. So for example, in vegetal you've got herbs, you've got basil, parsley, mint, lavender, sage, thyme, fennel, you know, all these sorts of things. Really cool. Grass, freshly cut grass, wet straw, fresh hay. So again, probably useful when you're drinking beer and that kind of thing. Really cool stuff. I know we got some Panini fans in the house as well. So we've got Panini, yeah, and Merlin sticker album. We've got a sticker album, guys. So we've got a sticker album in our first sticker, so that's really cool. But most importantly, I guess, we've got the sort of guide on the teas that you get in the box. So on this one, it details like the flowering tea, which is the one I'm brewing right now, and then we'll go on in this video to do the butterfly tea, which is like colour changing, a Tai Guan Yin Oolong, and Genmaicha, or Genmaicha. Obviously my pronunciation won't be very good for these. Anyway, I'm going to go and check on my first tea, which is the flowering tea. Hopefully I'm putting some footage on screen now actually of it unfurling. I've probably sped it up a little bit, but then maybe I've just dropped the thing. It's embarrassing. But then yes, can't really remember what I was saying. But I was talking about the flowering tea. So yeah, the other thing about this guide is that it does tell you like how to brew it and stuff as well. So for the next one that we're doing, the butterfly pea flower, it says to do it for like 2 to 3 minutes, and maybe serve it with lemon and honey, like they do in Thailand. Anyway, let's go check on that first tea. Oh, the other thing, guys, they don't just do a subscription box. You can buy all of the tea separately, and also the don't know what to call it, the brewing cup separately as well. I'm sort of fighting a losing battle against the sun here. I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. Right, so you've just seen me take the flowering tea, which is this one here. So here it is. Here is the tea. Maybe I could get that in the light itself, and it would look nice. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, you can see the steam, hang on. That is blinding me, but maybe it will show the steam better. Sort of not, it was weirdly better where it was. Right, so here it is. This is the flowering tea. Like I say, guys, I am not a tea guy, so I think I'm going to be needing the tea chart. I really like the cup though, because it's, as you can see, it's got like this outer rim. It means that I can hold it and it won't hurt my weak hands, because if you're a long time viewer of the channel, you know that I've got sort of very weak hands and I can't really hold on to boiling stuff. Nah, this is weird. Anyway, here we go. Steaming up my glasses. I should say actually, whilst I'm blowing on this, waiting for it to cool down a bit, I should say that on the TeaPro YouTube channel, they've got some excellent videos on there, like how to brew and myths about brewing and all this sort of stuff. So one of the myths was that you can absolutely use boiling water. Right, let's go for it. Interesting. Yeah, so because the flavour's quite light, or I don't know, should I say subtle? So I'm getting a slightly metallic taste. Is that on here? Mineral. Yeah, metal. There is some smokiness, like a smoky sort of, and then out of smoky I've got ash, fireplace, smoky, toast, burnt, warming, tobacco. Let's see what we got. I'd say the flavour is almost like a nutty sort of chestnut. I'd say the actually almost has like a nuttiness to it, like an earthy nut, like a walnut. Quite metallic. Up front there's like the slightest hint of maybe ash, just at the in the head. Yeah, little smoky, little metallic, and then the aftertaste. I'd say it doesn't have a very strong aftertaste. Maybe a slight bitterness, or yeah, the tart bitterness in the aftertaste. It is still tea. I'd say I'm not loving it, but it's very interesting, and actually as an experience I'm really enjoying it, especially along with the chart. I think the chart is very important, and I think I should just keep this around in future food reviews, to be honest. I do like how complex it is though. Very complex. I feel like it's going to help me with cocktails as well. Right, on to the next one. And here it is. This is the Magic Colour Changing Butterfly Tea. Is that what it's called? Butterfly Pea Flower. Notice something interesting here actually. It says about the official plant name is Clitoria ternity. Yeah, and it says there is a certain resemblance. If I show you the image that's on there. Yeah, I can see that. Anyway, let me deflower this. Let me deflower this pea flower. Obscene. That is obscene. Anyway, right. So this one apparently has earthy, vegetal, and sweet notes. Actually, and the one before apparently had floral, grassy, and sweet. So I got the one before completely wrong, but let's give it a go. As you saw, I've mixed in honey and lemon, and that is when the colour changes. I don't know how well the camera picked it up actually, but it was very vivid, very vivid blue, and it's now, yeah, very deep ultraviolet purple. It's really beautiful. Let's give it a go. What the? That was completely unintentional. I just whistled into my tea. What they are? Do these have like hallucinogenic properties or something? Are they drugging me up? Right. I've refrained from composing this time. Wow. That is completely different in flavour. Completely different. Yeah, now I taste this one side by side with the other one. Or not side by side, but immediately after. I'm definitely getting the earthy notes with this one. It's always a... Again, it's like a... Well, it certainly has some mouth tang from the lemon, but not too much. There's a strong earthiness. It's almost got a smokiness along the lines of... reminds me a little bit of the... whiskey that I had that was made with peat. What's the peat whiskey? It reminds me, it has a sort of similar sort of pungency to that. Yeah, it sort of reminds me of whiskey, like slightly, which is weird because this one this one doesn't even say it's smoky. It says it's earthy, vegetal, and sweet. I definitely get the sweetness. The sweetness is coming from the honey for me, I would assume, but I don't know if the tea has got that inherent sweetness in it as well. Vegetal, definitely getting the vegetal tones in this. Actually, there is a huge hint of pea there. I mean, it's called Butterfly Pea Flower. I don't know if it has any relation to the actual pea, but I'm definitely tasting like pea. 100%. On our tasting wheel for vegetal or vegetable, it says, yeah, peas. Peas is one of the ones on there, 100% getting peas. I mean, alfalfa, I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I'd say the strongest flavour is the pea in there. Very weird, very strange. Yeah, it's like a pea notes coming through, along with the tang from the lemon and the sweetness. Yeah, maybe I'm not, maybe, am I getting smokiness? I'm not sure if it is a smokiness. It's like I say, it's almost like the flavours combined to give this pungency, like I said, that I similarly experienced when I had some peat whiskey. Again, bizarre, just bizarre. Very deep in flavour. I've never had a tea like this. Absolutely never drunk anything like that ever. So that's really interesting. So TeaPro, they said they're on a mission to sort of unite the Western world with a wide variety of different flavours. They've certainly done so with this one. Wow. Okay, so here it is. So as I said, this is the Tai Guan Yin Oolong. There's some additional information on the pouch actually. It also shows you when you're in date till, when the tea's in date till, which is 28th of November 2024 for this one. Also known as Iron Goddess of Mercy, this spring flush from Anji, China has a sweet and delicate floral flavour. That smells really nice. Just as a scent, that smells really nice. That is going to sound stupid, but I'd have that in a candle. Definitely getting some floral tones. This one smells the most like sort of normal tea that I'm used to, but there's definitely more complexity to it there. Let's give it a go. Oh, what? So right, yeah, okay. Floral, creamy honey, apparently. Oh yeah, straight away the creaminess is definitely there. I'm getting like a sort of like a mellow, unlike the other ones which I said were quite metallic. I think this one is like far less intrusive on the palate sort of thing. That's why it does have like a creamy note to it for sure. Yeah, definitely. Whilst being obviously water, which is interesting. I'm not sure I necessarily would have identified that as being creamy if it wasn't for this though. But now that I see it written there, it makes perfect sense. It is floral. I'm almost getting a vegetal nature like with the last one, but nowhere near as strong. Certainly not a specific flavour like pea. It is more a herbal flavour. Or maybe it's, like it says, maybe it's more floral. I'm getting maybe, I don't know. There's so many floral flavours here. I'm not sure what, I'm not too familiar with all of the sort of floral flavours. It's certainly not hops, I can tell you that. It's subtle, maybe it's along the line of something like dandelion, or it doesn't have the pungency or the sweetness of elderflower, or that intense floral notes of like violets or rose. Again, it's nice. I don't think these are going to convert me to be a tea drinker, but it is a fascinating journey. I think if you like tea in general, I think you'd really enjoy this. This one is probably my favourite so far in terms of drinking, but also probably the least complex. On to the last one. Okay, the lighting is a little bit more sensible now. At least I can see it more clearly. So the last tea I've got is the Genmaicha Roasted Rice Green Tea. Now actually this one is probably going to be the one I'm most familiar with, because this has got roasted brown rice in. And my friend Alex, who I used to work with, he used to live in Korea, and he basically became obsessed with like brown rice tea. So he brought in tea bags, and then the whole team became obsessed with them. So I basically know what this one is going to be similar to. The smell is very familiar to me. The smell is very toasty, and it's like toasted rice. I can't explain it any other way because I've now had a similar tea. It's that very familiar smell. It's a little bit like sugar puffs. Yeah, it smells good. So this one was 1 teaspoon, 2 minutes, teaspoon, spoon, whatever I said. Anyway, it's a blend of premium Japanese sencha and roasted brown rice with a sweet grassy flavour and a wonderful toasty aroma. Let's give it a go. Right, what does our chart say? It's basically 100% tastes toasty. So yeah, that's a smoky flavour, a toast. And I would say it's woody as well. Almost like piney. This one's probably my favourite because this one feels really deep, it feels intense, it feels it's very neutral, like it's not sweet, it's roasty, nutty. Yeah, this one's definitely my favourite. Maybe it's just because I've had such a similar thing in the past. But yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm afraid that's as good as I can do, guys. I'm not a professional tea drinker. I can't name all of these things. This is really useful though. That's been a very fun element of this. So like I say, use code FRUCK10 to get 10% off your first box if you choose to go the subscription route. And like I say, I think you can buy all of this stuff individually anyway. So few options for you there. Thanks to TeaPro for sending this stuff out to me. Really interesting and really cool. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.